विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Verse 30 ब्रह्मसाक्षात्कृतिस्त्वेवं विचारेण विना नृणाम् आप्तोपदेशमात्रेण न सम्भवति कुत्रचित्. So in this verses, beginning from this verse 30, Vidyaranya establishes an important fact that aparoksha jnanam should take place through Mahavakya Vichara. It is not that it takes place through dhyanam. Paroksha jnanam, well, there is obstacle to paroksha jnanam that he is going to say. So, well, but then one does a meditation, aham brahmasmi, etc. So that give rise to a certain mindset in which there are no obstacles and you are ready to inquire into Mahavakya, etc., and you gain knowledge. Nididhyasanam, so that kind of a dhyanam, Nirguna Brahma Upasana cannot give you a paroksha jnanam. And Nididhyasanam, contemplation, that also will not give you a paroksha jnanam. So either way, aparoksha jnanam is either not possible through upasana, Nirguna Brahma Upasana, or Nirguna Brahma, contemplation. So aparoksha jnanam takes place only through Mahavakya Vichara, which is called Shravanam. Shravanam alone gives aparoksha jnanam. And therefore one should never leave, if one doesn't have, one is not convinced. This is a fact that aham brahmasmi. If that is fact, that is fine. Is it a fact for you? No. Then there is no aparoksha jnana. Aparoksha jnana means the fact Shastra has revealed is a fact for me. Yeah. Then, but how can I say that it has? What is there in the mind by which I can say that aham brahmasmi is a fact for me? If you don't look upon yourself as a seeker, and if you don't look upon moksha as a goal to be gained in future, then definitely you have done the job. You have aparoksha jnana. There is no sadhaka and no sadhya. If you have a clarity, then you understand moksha is my own nature, because moksha means nitya mukta hai, ever free. Aham brahmasmi means I am free. If you don't like word Brahman, you must be liking. But if you don't like word Brahman, means you are free. I has no limitation of time. I has no limitation of space. And I do not have attributes. I do not have any attributes. I am such an entity which is timeless, ever existent consciousness, free from all attributes. If that clarity is there, that's called aparoksha jnana. If that is not there, then, well, then Swamiji, but I was listening. I was listening along, but I'm since a long time. But I still don't have this conviction. Therefore, I'm switching over. They say, I'm switching over to now Samadhi in order to experience timeless Brahman. No, you are missing the boat. Continue Shravanam. Shravanam alone gives a Paroksha Jnana. Nothing. Not Nididhyasanam does not give moksha, Nididhyasanam does not give Paroksha Jnanam. Mere Shravanam. And the day you are convinced, well, and I told you the signs in your mind, how you are convinced. Well, anytime when it is talked about moksha, you don't say it's a purushartha for me now, henceforth. There's no, moksha is not a purushartha, and I am not a mumukshu also. I am timeless, ever existent, free from any attributes of consciousness. Well, if that understanding has developed, which is a fact revealed by the Shastra, it has become a fact for you now. This is called a Paroksha. And therefore, if it is not there, continue Shravana. It has to generate. And obstacles are there. Then we are also discussing Nirguna Brahma Upasana, Aham Brahmasmi Upasana. One can do every day, 15 minutes, or twice a day, like that you can do. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, etc. The Upasana you can do it, well, which will take care of the obstacles, etc. So, this is, I mean, till this clear understanding develops, one can resort to this kind of Upasana also. That we discussed between verse 13 to 29, the context and the candidate of Nirgun Brahma Upasana, we discussed. The context is, well, one has done a Shravanam of Avantar Vakya and might have done a Shravanam of Mahavakya, but not understood. So there is a gap in between. That's a context. And candidate is, well, the person who is having an obstacle, so not able to appreciate the analysis, not able to inquire into Mahavakya, not able to appreciate the analysis of the Mahavakya through the teacher also. Teacher is doing analysis, but he is not able to appreciate it. So, well, he is a candidate, and so he has to resort to this Nirguna Brahma Upasana that we discussed between verse 13 to 29. And now this verse 30 onwards, 30 to 52 in fact, is Vidyaranya is discussing what produces Aparoksha Jnana, that we are discussing. So it says here, Brahma Sakshat Kritihi, Sakshat Kritihi. Aparoksha Jnanam of Brahman is called Brahma Sakshatkara. So, Sakshatkara, Sakshat Kritihi, etc. So, is nothing else. Sakshat means here Aparoksha Jnana. Immediate knowledge of this Brahman. Aptopadesha matrena na sambhavati. Me also does not take place just by listening to Avantar Vakya of the Upanishad, which is nothing but the Vakyas which reveal Brahman as Jagat Karana, etc. So by that you will definitely understand Brahman is the cause of the world. You know it since you have Shraddha, etc. So you will accept it. That's Avantar Vakya. So you have a Paroksha Jnanam that way. But Brahma Sakshat Kritihi, Aparoksha Jnanam of Brahman does not take place Aptopadesha Matrana. So by Shravanam of this Avantar Vakya you won't get Aparoksha Jnanam. Na kutrachit nrunam. Na kutrachit nrunam means, well, for the seekers, never it. Na kutrachit means never. Nrunam here means seekers. Nrunam, nru word means human being, but here in our case seekers. Seekers will not get this Aparoksha Jnanam just by listening. Brahma Aptopadesha. Aptam is a guru. A teacher's teaching regarding Avantar Vakya only will not give you Aparoksha Jnanam. So, na kutrachit nrunam sambhavati, doesn't take place. Aparoksha Jnanam doesn't take place. Never it takes place like that, he says. Vicharena vina. So without inquiry into Mahavakya, one doesn't gain aparoksha jnana. So then you have to continue the study repeatedly. Study, study, and then re-study, then re-study, then re-study, then re-study, then re-study. This is the only way. Never have that idea. I have listened to Mahavakya. I have listened to so many Upanishads, including Mandukya Upanishad. But I think, eyes also they make. But I think it gives a theoretical knowledge. And therefore, to experience Brahman, I think I have to do now. To experience, I have to do meditation. In Samadhi in Samadhi only Brahman experience takes place. I have listened. So many people are talking like this. That's a big misunderstanding. You have to resort to only the Shravanam. आसुप्तेः आमृतेः कालं नयेत् वेदांत चिंतया. Asuptehe, till you go to the bed. Amritehe, till death arrives. Until death arrives. A stands for until. Asuptehe, Amritehe, Nayet, spend. Kalam, time, Vedanta Chintaya. Mahavakya Chintaya. Through Mahavakya Shravanam alone, well, you will get this Aparoksha Jnana. Then Aparoksha Jnana, the Nididhyasana is not required, right, Swamiji? Some may require Nididhyasana because Dehatma Buddhi is there. So, well, that's an obstacle. But he takes it as an obstacle. He doesn't take himself to a human being, etc. No. He says this is an obstacle. It's an error. I want to become free from the error. It's unlike the people who have a Dehatma Buddhi and says I am Deha only. I am not able to appreciate I am Brahman. That's a different thing. This person says, who has Aparoksha Jnana, said, I am Brahman, I am free. But this error occurs in me, that Dehatma Buddhi comes. I want to get rid of the error, he says. Those people do Nididhyasana. But Aparoksha Jnana has been generated by Shravanam, followed by Mananam, etc. But that's a part of Shravanam. Mananam nobody does independently. Nobody says, I have listened, Swamiji, between 10:30 to 11:30, between 3 to 4, I am in the phase of Mananam. Leave it. And the Bhashyakara has done everything. And other teachers Prakarana Granthas do this job. All Prakarana Granthas do for us the job of this Mananam. They raise so many questions and they answer also. That is there. So when I say Shravanam, you should include Mananam in that. That together only gives a clarity of the Aham Brahmas, Mahavakya, etc. Verse 31. Paroksha jnanam ashraddha pratibadnati netarat avicharo parokshasya jnanasya pratibandakaha. So now he talks about two obstacles which obstructs Paroksha jnanam and Aparoksha jnanam. Naturally, obstacles will be different. So the obstacle which obstructs the Paroksha Jnanam in the person's head is different. And the obstacle which obstructs the Aparoksha Jnanam, immediate knowledge of Brahman, in the head of a person is different. So he describes both. First line describes what is the obstacle for Paroksha Jnanam. Paroksha Jnanam pratibadnati. So this Paroksha Jnanam is obstructed. By what? Ashraddha. So we have to say Ashraddha pratibadnati. One does not give a validity to the Vedas as an independent means of knowledge. Pramanya Buddhi means what? Pramanya Buddhi is this, that you will not try to verify what has been generated by one data which has been generated by one means of knowledge. You don't want to verify by other means of knowledge. But why should not we do? Like what Veda says, we can verify through science. Science is slowly closing towards, Swamiji, this consciousness. Nowadays, Swamiji, many people are, many scientists are interested in this consciousness. It is there. So we would definitely like to verify that way. That will never occur. No, but we are able to do that. Like, the brain is conscious, and then they put certain, all these instruments, and they are able to see the graphs and everything, so that thereby they are looking at they are basically, detecting the consciousness. It is what is manifested in the brain is that conscious mind, means the consciousness has manifested. That is, we are not talking about that manifest consciousness. That's all reflected consciousness or chidabhasa. So consciousness can never be available for any kind of a perception and inference, etc. No, you don't. What is self-revealing, you don't need. Before perception, what is available is consciousness. Before inference, what is available is consciousness. Before any pramana is operated, what is available is consciousness. I is always available. How come you know your existence? How come do you know your existence? How come do you know? I know the existence of the book through any means of knowledge. Like eyes. So book is. Because my eyes see. Right? My eyes see. Therefore you prove the existence of the book. How come you prove your existence? How come you come to know? How do you know that you exist? Which means of knowledge? Somebody, I saw I. I saw I. Okay? You saw I? What form? What color it has? Somebody, I heard a sound. I heard a sound. There is one great speaker in India. He says one should study only one Upanishad. That is smallest Upanishad. And that if you study, that's it. You can analyze whole Veda independently. What is that Upanishad? Mandukya Upanishad. What does it talk about? The sound of silence. The sound of silence. So silence, consciousness has some sound that we can definitely hear. Yeah. Ashabdam. He did not understand what is this Ashabdam. Ashabdam, Asparsham, Nityam, Arasam, Gandhavat, etc., etc. He did not understand. If what is available for what is there before perception is I. I am not available for seeing. I am not available for hearing. But hearing is possible because of me. Seeing is possible because of me. Therefore, no means of knowledge prove the existence of I. If that is the case, I is shunyam. Right? Because no means of knowledge can prove your existence, means I is shunyam. That's how they say. To say I is shunyam, I should be there. To say I is totally non-existent, shunyam, I should be there, which is existent. Therefore, this is a humbug theory. I always exist. Everything exists just because, before you see, I is there. Even if you don't see, I is there. You hear, I is there. You don't hear, I is there. You think, I is there. You don't think, I is there. You memorize, I is there. You don't memorize, I is there. You touch, memory, I is there. You don't touch, I is there. It's independent. Existence of I know that I exist. I know that I exist without any means of knowledge. I know world exists through the means of knowledge. I know I exist. No means of knowledge. Please understand this. I know I exist without any means of knowledge. This is called aparoksha jnanam. The existence of I is independent. Therefore, I am self-existent. What is self-existent? Is self-revealing. This is not revealing itself, and therefore my eyes have to reveal it. I is something whose existence is independent. Without any means of knowledge, I know I exist. Without operating any means of knowledge, I know I exist. Before I operate a means of knowledge, I know I exist. Even means of knowledge, are resolved, I exist. I is self-existent. Self-existent means existence is my nature. The sugar has a sweetness, right? Self-sweetness. Yeah. Rasgulla has a sweetness that is due to sugar. There you can give a cause. Where you don't need a cause, that is its nature. Therefore, I exist because I exist. World exists because I exist. I exist because I exist. That's how it is. And therefore, please understand this. Therefore, existence is my nature. And what is existence? What is existence? Is this consciousness, sat is chit, etc. Well, and therefore, ultimately, this is aparoksha jnana. This is called aparoksha jnana. Anyway, and Shastra talks about it. You are trying to verify through the science. That doesn't work. If you are trying to verify the statement of the Shastra like Mahavakya, etc., through other means of knowledge, it proves that you do not have enough Shraddha. That's it. Validating independently any means of knowledge is Shraddha. Yeah. Because it's a pramana. Being a pramana, the knowledge you gain through that particular means of knowledge will not be available by any means of knowledge. The data generated by your eyes, you never verify. You never verify through your ears. Let me see whether I say this rose is red, but let me verify through ears. You never get an idea. Even if you get an idea, you feel funny about yourself. Yeah. So, paroksha jnanam of the Brahman also will not be possible for the person who has ashraddha. Ashraddha means Veda is a primary source of knowledge for Atma. Veda is a primary source of knowledge for gaining, for lokas, for devatas, for punya papas. These things are never available for verification, for proofs. Yeah, proof. No proof. Pramana itself is a proof. Yeah. Eyes is a proof for seeing, nothing else. Ears cannot do that. Whether my eyes see or not, how will I prove? Open your eyes and try. See. If you can't see, well, you are not able to see. You have to use that means of knowledge for seeing. Nothing else works. Anyway, so this particular attitude that it is a primary source of knowledge, and regarding Atma, etc., here we are talking Brahman. So, well, that attitude towards Veda is Shraddha. Then Paroksha Jnanam is instantaneous. If it is not there, then, well, Ashraddha is there. Pratibadnati. That's a ninth conjugation. Badhatu. Urmilaji. So, Badnati. Prati plus Badhatu. Pratibadnati. Obstructs. Na itarat. There is no other obstruction. Na itarat. Itarat. Itarat is it's a Napumsakalinga. And when you don't want to specify a particular obstacle, then in general you say that there is no other obstacle other than ashraddha, non-faith in the Veda for not generating paroksha jnanam in the person. So there is no other obstacle. And then if you don't know, you are not specifying, you are telling in general. When you use a term, in general, then you have to use napumsakalinga, itarat. Otherwise, na itaraha, na itara, no, na itarat. Samanya napumsakam. In general, you want to mention. then we have to use Napumsakalinga. So na itara, not anyone else. Avichara, now second line. Avichara aparokshasya jnanasya pratibandhakah bhavati. Avichara. Well, lack of inquiry of Mahavakya, well, will be naturally the obstacle for aparoksha jnanam of Brahman. Pratibandhaka, obstacle. Verse 32. विचार्याप्यापरोक्षेण ब्रह्मात्मानं न वेत्ति चेत् अपरोक्षावसानत्वात् भूयो भूयो विचारयेत्. Very important verse. Well, he says where Mahavakya inquiry should culminate into a aparoksha jnanam at the time of inquiry. Yeah. So it doesn't require a separate means of knowledge, or separate means rather, to gain aparoksha jnanam. Just well, you have to inquire. It means shravanam. Shravanam you have to do again and again. No other mystical experience can help you in this. Even any mystical experience will have an object. And this is not, Brahman is something which is not available for objectification, being subject, and therefore nothing helps this other than this Mahavakya inquiry. So vicharyapi, even after inquiring into Brahman, Brahmatmanam na vetti chet, well, this Shota doesn't know Brahmatma. How? Aparokshena. So aparoksha word is there, they have made it aparoksham, sorry. Aparoksham. So aparoksha gives rise to aparoksham, it's a tadhita. And aparokshena is a ithambhute tritiya. So aparokshena brahmatmanam. Brahman as aparoksha. As aparoksha means as immediate, as I. So as I, as if you don't know, brahmatmanam aparokshena na vetti chet. If you do not know, vicharya api, even after inquiring into Brahman, if you don't know Brahman as I, you are not able to equate that. Even Mahavakya is an equation, but it is not an equation for you. Then definitely bhuyo bhuyo vicharayet. Bhuyo bhuyo. Bhuyaha. Bhuya means again. Bhuyaha. Again. Again and again. Well, study again and again. Well, how long we have to study? Aparoksha avasanatvat. Till it culminates into, the knowledge culminates into aparoksha, means as the immediate self. The culmination of inquiry is this immediate knowledge. How much should I eat? If you ask like to me, what will I say? I cannot give answer. How much should you eat? Well, definitely till your hunger is over. Somebody, should I eat 3 chapatis or 1 chapati? How can I say? Till your hunger is over, well, you eat. Same way, till you gain this aparoksha jnanam, well, you continue the study without any, feeling bored about it. Yeah. If you feel bored about it, Swamiji, what should I do? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a very good question. If you feel bored, listening to this, if you feel bored, means definitely the obstacle is much, which is beyond the scope of this discussion. Yeah, but still, let me tell you, start doing offering action. Karma Yoga. Please start. Make your life an offering to Ishvara. So do something for others. Offer yourself, whatever you have, your resources, etc., knowledge, skill, whatever. Offer. It's a bigger obstacle. If you feel dull, while listening, if you feel dull, and you feel this is too much, how much I should listen? This kind of question occurs. This is not now Nirguna Brahma Upasana and all that. No. This is much. This is how Kenopanishad has told. The first part is for the students who are ready. Then the second part, I am going to discuss that. Second part, the story part, is for the second level of student. And that is not there, then tapaha, karma, shraddha, etc. Because the student was staring at the teacher. Even the 2 levels of teachings are over, still he is staring. Teacher understood immediately. Beta, start karma yoga, etc. Yeah, tapashraddha, etc. And the 4th level of student, Even that also he did not understand. Bho Bruhi Upanishadam. Please tell me Upanishad. Last mantra in the Kyono Upanishad. Bho, teacher must have felt I should commit a suicide now. What whole thing was? This fellow says, Bho Upanishadam Bruhi. Oh teacher, please tell me what is Upanishad? Give me the Vidya. Okay, what has been given? This is the extreme case. Anyway. So then let's see 33. विचारयन्ना मरणं नैवात्मानं लभेत चेत् जन्मान्तरे लभेतैव प्रतिबन्धक्षये सति. These are various questions, So student asks now, if we don't become successful, I am bhuyo bhuyo vichareta. I am listening again and again. And by the time prarabdha is going to be over, now I have not become successful. I'm very honest. I'm telling you, Swami, that this paroksha jnanam has not taken place in this janma. Now janma is going away. Well, what will happen to me? Do you remember now Arjuna in 6th chapter? That's how I brought out this Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna asked the same thing. Yoyam yogas tvaya proktaha samyena madhusudana etasyaham na pashyami chanchalatvat sthitim sthiram. He knows the obstacle very well, and so he narrates. I told you the obstacles could be known or unknown. He knows his obstacle. Chanchalatva, my mind is chanchalam, very much agitated. So, yoyam yogaha tvaya proktaha. The yoga, this jnanam, etc., you have given me in 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter, everywhere, 4th chapter, and given knowledge of wise people and all this. Tvaya proktaha samyena. Very well you have told me. Etasya aham na pashyami. Etasya. Yogasya aham na pashyami. I am not able to appreciate it. Chanchalatvat. Anyway. And then he says, Bhagavan said few things regarding that how to get rid of this chanchalatvam, etc. Then Arjuna again asked, Ayati shraddayopetaha yogachalita manasaha aprapya yoga samsiddhim kam gadim Krishna gacchati. Suppose you have given this knowledge and you give me again, I listen again and again, and still I do not get the knowledge. Then kam gadim Krishna gacchati. What will happen to me if prarabdha is over, etc. What will happen to this yoga brashta, etc. So, Bhagavan himself taught, yet Arjuna managed to ask this kind of question, So anyway, so Bhagavan said very beautifully, Prapya punya krutan lokan ushitva shashvati samaha. Shuchinam shrimatam gehe yoga brashto bijayate. Athava bahunameva yogi kule bhavati yoginam, etc. Dhimatam, etc. So, he says, Prapya punya krutan lokan. Bhagavan gave a guarantee, very beautiful guarantee. Even if you could not get aparoksha jnanam in this life, don't worry. Well, definitely in next janma you will be spiritual genius. Yeah, yoga brashta. Yoga brashta of a previous janma will be spiritual genius of the next janma. So definitely here, this kind of question here a student is asking. If I cannot make it up in this life, what will happen? Amaranam vicharayan, even after inquiry until death. A stands for, there are, it is, A stands for, they call abhividi and maryada. Asamudra kshitishanam raghumsha. Asamudra kshitishanam, ajanma phalodaya karmanam, etc. Describing Raghumsha, the lineage of the Raghu, Kalidasa says like this. Asamudra kshitishanam. So, Asamudra kshitishanam. Kshitisha means a king. These kings, they have the rule, kingdoms, Asamudra, including Samudra. Until some, so A stands for either excluding or including. Maryada, excluding. Abhividi, including. Yeah. So, here, here also, Abrahma Bhuvanan Lokaha, 6th chapter. Remember this? Abrahma Bhuvanan Lokaha Punaravartino Arjuna. Abrahma Bhuvanan Lokaha. Bhagavan said, until the Brahmaloka, means including Brahmaloka, everything is basically a karma phala, etc. And so that the jiva definitely goes, even then he returns also. So here amaranam vicharayan, so inquiry until death, including or excluding? Excluding, naturally. Inquiry excluding that, in death no one can. So amaranam vicharayan atmanam naiva labhet, is if you don't get this atma, means if you don't get this aparoksha jnanam of atma, nothing to worry, well, it is carried forward. So if you start with a tattvabodha in this janma, well, tattvamasi will be in the next janma, nothing to worry. So therefore it continues. Pratibandha kshaye sati, once obstacle goes away, well, then one will gain. That's how. So there were some stories like this, that the people, the class was going on and the teacher was teaching, and the teacher's voice was very, 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 very loud, without microphone also, like a Puja Swamiji's voice, so that, and the one person was passing by. He was not attending the class, he was passing by, and he just stood there. What is going on in this room? And he heard, and he gained a paroksha jnana. So this kind of a thing. Puja Swamiji used to tell, like that, in neighborhood, that others, where Swamiji was living, Manjakudi. In neighborhoods, there were students, they used to do a ratta, all the time reading loudly in order to, before the exam. And Puja Swamiji just heard it and passed the exam. That's how he said once upon a time. So this kind of a thing. So pratibandha kshaya sati. Pratibandha kshaya can happen to any person at any time. So well then, till then, continue. Pratibandha kshaya sati. So vicharayan amaranam atmanam na labheta chet. Well, janmantare labhete. Anyat janma janmantaram. So janmantare labhete. In next janma, definitely you will get the clear understanding. Swamiji, next janma, sure. One person said, bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. Bahunam is a bahuvachanam. Bahuvachanam means three, right? Because otherwise dvivachanam two, ekvachanam one. Bahuvachanam means three. Means in 3 janmas, you will definitely gain moksha. Whether you do any purushartha or not, just don't worry. Eat, sleep, and move around, and do, give ashirvad to everyone. Class, bunkum. You just don't worry about that. 3 janmas, you require 3 janmas, that's it. 3rd janma, over. Janmantare labheteva, anyat janma means which janma, we don't know. That's our condition. Pratibandha kshaye sati. That's a sati saptami. When obstacles are gone, then, well, you will get this aparoksha jnanam. Means a particular sadhanam is required for that. Verse 34. Iha va mutra va vidyetyevam sutrakritoditam shrunvantopyatra bahavaha yanna vidyuriti shrutihi. So Vidyaranya is giving several pramana in support of his teaching, that even though, well, this vichara is very uniform, one teacher, one text, and teaching to many addresses to many students, etc., still some are able to appreciate, some are not able to appreciate, and therefore teaching and the teacher should not be blamed. That's it. Because the same teacher and the same text and listening, the students are sitting there and listening to the same class, and still some people gain, some people do not gain, then definitely this pramatru dosha, that is called pramatru dosha. Pramana does not have any dosha. Prameya does not have any dosha. Prameya is nirdosham, is samam brahma. It is free from any defect. Prameya, the thing which you want to know, Brahman, is free from defect. Pramana Shastra is free from defect. Then still knowledge, Prama does not take place. Then the only third factor which is left over, that is Pramada. That is that has a dosha, obstacles. So here it says, well, he's quoting a Kathopanishad 1 to 7 partially. Shramanayapi bahavo yamna vidyuhu. Shramanayapi bahavo yamna labhyah. Shrunvantopi bahavo yamna vidyuhu. Ascharya kushalosya labdha. Ascharyo jnata kusalanushishta. That's a total mantra. So that he is quoting partially here. Means even many people shravanaya api bahavaha yam na labhyah yam atmanam na labhyah. This atma is not available for shravanam. And shrunvantaha api. Well, many people listen. Bahavaha shrunvantaha api. Many people listen to that. Yam atmanam na vidyuhu. Many people are listening, all do not know, etc. And therefore, because this aparoksha jnanam or moksha, let us say, is unconditional. It doesn't depend upon any condition. It doesn't depend upon your qualification. PhDs will get definitely this. No. It does not depend upon gender. It does not depend upon any stage of the life. No, Swamiji. Sannyasis means they will get. Grihasthas means they will not get. No. No condition. If moksha is a conditional, then when the condition goes away, moksha also will go away. And then that must be not the nature of the Atma. Because you are gaining that moksha under a particular condition, conducive condition. Yeah. Therefore, you are not Nitya Muktaha. Yeah. What is Nitya Muktaha, you should know. That's it. Only thing is. And therefore, moksha is an unconditional thing. We should remember this. And therefore, people are not able to grasp because of the obstacles only. Even it doesn't depend upon any age also. No, Swamiji. Young people means they will appreciate it and they will gain knowledge. We are now old. In fact, old people are the qualified people. Believe me, believe my words. How can you say, Swamiji? You see the 4 stages? 4 stages. This Brahmacharya ashram and this Grihastha ashrama and Vanaprastha, all for preparation. Only in sannyasa one gains the knowledge, right? Yeah. Therefore, Swamiji, in Vedanta classes, many old people are there. There should be young people. It would be a great surprise if any young person will be there. It's due to Yoga Brashta. Yeah. All old people only, because they have gone through Pariksha Lokan, Karmachitan, Brahmano, Nirvedam Ayat. They have examined their own lives and they have their achievements and the limitations of the achievements, etc. Nirvedam Ayat. They have gained certain dispassion. They know this is to be gained now. This is the most urgent thing in my life. This is most priority. And therefore, in Vedanta class, in Bhagavad Gita and management, if you learn, let us learn management through Bhagavad Gita and how to produce more and how to be an effective leader. There you find all. There our old people will not be there. There young people will be there. But in this, definitely old people. Anyway, so no other qualification is definitely required. So Guru actually doesn't give any opportunity for any excuses. So, but student basically managed to give some excuses that why I'm not getting, because this is theoretical and this is how and this is like this and etc. etc. So bahavaha na vidyuhu, shrunvantaha api bahavaha na vidyuhu. Many students manage not to know Brahman. So even though it is aparoksha. Iti shrutihi, katha shrutihi. So, and well, why it is like that we know. Now I have not to discuss. Logical explanation is there are obstacles. Drashta pratibindha are there. And here other in the first line it says ihava amutrava vidya iti. Vidya ihava syat amutrava syat iti sutra krita uditam. Vyasacharya ji in Brahma Sutra has said this. Ahikam api aprastuta pratibandhe tad darshanat 3.451. Well, so vidya ihava syat amutrava syat. This knowledge can take place in this life or in other life. It can arise in the mind of the mumukshu in this janma or itself by listening, or it takes place in next janma. And I gave you just now the example of the Kenopanishad. How beautifully you can see very well that there was, when the first part, in the first section in the Kenopanishad, well, the student definitely understood. Keneshitam pratati preshitam manah kena prana prathama praiti yuktah keneshitam vachamimam vadanti चक्षुश्रोत्रम कौ देवो युनक्ति श्रोत्रस्य श्रोत्रम मनसो मनः वाचोह वाचम प्राणस्य प्राणः चक्षुषश्चक्षुः अतिमुच्य धीराः etc etc. And this understood, the student understood very well. And little explanation further teacher gave. Anyadeva tad viditat atho viditat adhi. Brahman is something which is beyond known, or Brahman is something which is beyond knowable, known and unknown. Brahman is something which is beyond known and unknown. And the student immediately stood up in the class and said, Naham manyesu vedeti, nona vedeti vedacha. Yonas tad veda, nona vedeti vedacha. Very brilliant student. No obstacle. Naham manyesu vedeti. Or your teacher, I don't say that I know Brahman very well. Suveda, Sushtu Veda. I don't say, Naham manye, I don't believe that I know Brahman very well. Nona vedeti vedacha. Na veda iti na. It is not that I don't know Brahman. Vedacha, I know also. Yeah. Yonas tadveda. Yaha, one in this class, he does like this. In this class, Naha asmakam madhye. One in between us, well, tadveda. What I said, that Brahman is well, I don't know Brahman very well. It doesn't mean that I don't know Brahman. I know Brahman. This my statement. Anyone who has understood here, among other students, he also knows. He also knows. He has a aparoksha jnanam of Brahman. Like that he said, and he walked away. He walked away. Then teacher started story. But Swamiji, why? What is this? Brahman is beyond known and unknown. Brahman is not an object. That's it. What is known and unknown? The whole world is divided between known and unknown. What's in your head is known. What's not in your head is unknown. Anyway, so Brahman is not an object, basically. Just because of that, you are able to objectify everything. That is Brahman. Anyway. So then that boy has walked away. Then teacher started a story. Brahma devebhyo vijigne, etc. etc. So well, he has diluted the teaching a little further. And then some people understood. But still some other students were staring at him. Then he said, Tasya tapo damaha tapaha damaha karma, etc. Well, perform, follow values, do karma yoga, have certain discipline in your life. Make your life more disciplined. Yeah. If discipline is not there, your power basically get wasted away. Discipline is always to basically to use your power in a constructive way. And so there are 4 types of disciplines: physical discipline, verbal discipline, etc. We discussed in here recently in Virginia. So this kind of a tapaha means a discipline. It should be there. So means you have obstacles. Better you do that. And then lastly, well, that last student, Upanishadam Bobruhi, definitely. So that shows there are 4 levels of teaching. 4 levels means all do not understand immediately. Same Brahma Vidya, but not able to understand. So Sutrakrita Uditam, said by the author of Brahma Sutra, Vyasacharya ji, in the Sutra, Ahikam api aprastuta pratibandhe tat darshanat. Ahikam. Ahikam means here. Knowledge can take place in this life. And aprastuta pratibandhe, and pratibandha is aprastuta. Pratibandha is no more there. Then we can gain this knowledge. tad darshanat. Vyasacharya says, well, we see in the class same text, same teacher, same time, and many students are appreciating, and many are not able to appreciate. One appreciates, like that Kenopanishad student. So he wonders why others are not able to appreciate. Others wonder that how he is able to appreciate. So there is a wonder going on. Yeah, that's a wonder. Great wonder. Verse 35. Garva eva shayanah san vamadevo vabuddhavan purvabhyasta vicharena yadvad adhyanadishu. So in that Brahma Sutra that I told you, that Sutra 3451, the last part is that Tad Darshanat. So well, that kind of thing we see in this world, that people gain this knowledge and this life, and some people do not gain knowledge. And he is giving an example also that many things we appreciate later. Puja Swami used to give an example that he cracks a joke in the class, right? And some people instantly understand. And some people basically they do not understand at that time. And when they go home and take bath, then in the bathroom suddenly he starts laughing. Means that joke has struck his mind at that time. Means there was some obstacle in his life, well, in his at that time in the class. So these things are always happening. That's how they give an example of a tube light also. That sometimes you switch on the tube light, immediately it starts. And sometimes you switch on the tube light and you start your work, after 15 minutes it will. So this kind of a thing is happening. So in Adhyanam also, Veda Adhyanam, Vidyaranya gives an example of Adhyanam is Veda Adhyanam, it is happening. Because in those days, right now also it is like this. In a Veda Pathshala, if you go, you will find this. You have to memorize your branch of the Veda, particular branch of the Veda. And so memorize. And they are all children. Pathshala students are very small. So they have good memory. They can definitely memorize whole thing. And so after memorizing, then teacher asks every student to chant. I mean that all the mantras of that shakha. And he was chanting, and suddenly he stopped. And he was trying to recollect. It didn't come. Particular word. He feels that it is at the tip of the mouth, but it is not coming out. It feels like that. It doesn't come out. And then teacher said, you have not memorized properly this, that. Oh, sorry, I didn't, I memorized myself, but I don't know, somehow it didn't come. And then he goes home, and after a few days, suddenly he remembers, that was that word. That happens. That shows what? There was some obstacle at that time, where because of that he could not chant, could not recollect it at that time. So this is what applies here also. So everyone listens, but some people are not able to appreciate, don't get a aparoksha jnana. He gives an example. Garbhe eva shayanah. This is in Prashnopanishad. So this Vamadeva, well, Garbhe eva shayanah, son, being in a garbha. Shayanah means shing dhatu, shing swapne, second conjugation. Means as such it is to sleep, but here it remaining. Garbheva Shayana means remaining in the garbha. Shayana son being in the garbha itself. Vamadeva avabuddhavan. So Vamadeva basically gained this knowledge. So nobody taught him. Unlike Narada taught to Prahlada. Narada taught to Prahlada when Prahlada was in the garbha of his mother. Here nobody taught, etc. So people ask this question: how did he gain the knowledge in the womb, etc. There is no opportunity of doing Mahavakya Vichara, etc. Mother has not taught, no guru has taught, but then Jnanam arose. So definitely what happens is, just by taking a birth, well, the obstacle must have gone. The obstacle which belongs to a prarabdha, that obstacle must have gone. That's how he took a birth, but in the birth itself, that, well, due to that obstacle has gone, well, he gained this jnanam. So, so therefore, then how he gained the aparoksha jnanam in the Garbha and nobody taught him, then what does it mean? Well, vichara must have taken place in the Purva Janma, before that. So then the question is, there is a question now. If Purva Janma you start doing a vichara, did it, he at that time, did he get the clear knowledge or not in Purva Janma itself? No, definitely no. If he would have gained the clarity in the Purva Janma, well, he will have a Aparoksha Jnanam. Then if he has a Aparoksha Jnanam, well, then why should he take birth? Why should he take birth? Therefore, there was some obstacle in that clarity. Definitely must have been an obstacle. So, he would not have otherwise entered into Garbha. So, this is Arthapatti we call. This we can understand that the presence of the Pratibandha was there, and due to taking birth, well, the Pratibandha must have gone. Now there is Pratibandha is over, and so he is able to say, Aham Manu, Aham Surya, I am the Manu, I am Surya, I was this, I will be this, I am this. Whatever is encased in the body is me alone. I am not encased in the body. Whatever is encased in all the bodies is me alone, etc. etc. He says in so many words. So, Purva Abhyasta Vicharena, because of the Vichara which he had undertaken, Abhyasta, means he has undertaken, Abhi plus As Dhatu. Because of the Vichara, he has analysis of the Mahavakya which he had undertaken. When? Purva Abhyasta, in Purva Janma. So then, because of that, Avabuddhavan. So Abhyasta Vicharena becomes a Hetu for gaining the knowledge. Avabuddhavan means he gains the knowledge. That's a sadhyam. When they listen this, this kind of question comes. What guru he had? He had no guru. You said through the guru only you gain this jnanam and etc. But he had no guru. But they don't realize that this already vichara has started with the help of a teacher in the Purva Janma itself. And that's how, because the mind must have been almost ready. Small obstacle was exhausted by this Janma, etc. Then why can't we also gain this knowledge like this? With the present guru itself, we are not able to appreciate that where to talk about these cases. I also can be Swamiji. Is it not? If one person told me, Swamiji, you are giving example of such Mahatmas and and Yoga Prashta, etc., and the spiritual genius, Maramana Maharshi and all that. Maybe I also maybe of that. I said yes, you could be. But in that case, you should say, Aham Brahmasmi, and you should walk away. Yonas tadveda tadveda. Nona vedeti vedacha. You should say that. Where you are asking the question, what is that sentence? What is the meaning of that sentence? So therefore, so basically, somehow we connect. If Ramana Maharshi did not have a teacher. Who said Ramana Maharshi did not have a teacher? In the Tiruvannamalai, where the Ramana Ashrama is there, in the next to that, there is a ashrama that he was his teacher. Some Saraswati, I forgot. Maybe he may not have required much efforts because of his Purva Janma Vichara. Well, in the Abhyasa, he has started in the Purva Janma Mahavakya Vichara, etc. So we should not think that we are also a spiritual prodigy, etc., or a genius, etc. If it is there, you will not be around, really. You will not be around, looking for things and struggling for the things. Like him, you would have also walked away. So basically, let us not go in. People always, all satsangas, no satsanga is till today is without this question. Ramana Maharshi got knowledge, Meera got knowledge, this got knowledge without teacher. I said it is not possible. An example here, if you study this, you will understand very well that the homework has been done. A lot of homework has been done in the past lives, not one life, past lives. And therefore such spiritual genius will be there. Anyway, and people even quote Buddha also for some reason, that he got a knowledge under a bodhi tree, etc. Well, we should not. If we sit under a tree, there will not be knowledge, will not fall, but the crow droppings, etc., will fall on them. So this is all called spiritual fantasies, fancies. Sitting under a tree. Let the Dakshinamurti sit. You don't sit, you can't sit also. Therefore, yeah. So basically, let us do a proper inquiry. Do Shravanam. That's a message. To me, to you, all, by Vidyaranya. Keep listening to the Shastra. Paunah Punyena Shravanam Kuryat. Paunah Punyena Punah Punaha Shravanam Kuryat. That alone will give you Paroksha Jnana. So then, well, so Vamadevaha Avabuddhavan, he clearly gained this knowledge and declared also Aham Manuhum, etc. And this Adhyayana Adishu is an example. In a Vedic studies, this thing happens that you don't recollect. And that time when you have to chant, you don't recollect, and then later you remember and all that. That shows the obstacle is there. It's the same way in our case also. So Vidyaranya himself will explain further. We will see that in next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.